Hello, YouTube. This is Pikerize, and I am back with another episode of my single-player hardcore adventures. I'm pretty sure this is episode 5, so the beginning of day 3? Yeah, beginning of day 3. Here we go. Alright, in the last episode I was digging. I had found some coal right after making some charcoal. I had gotten myself an iron chest piece. Actually, I'm going to go out here and check on my crops really quick. But I was talking about my time among the Bowling Green State University men's chorus. And as I said there, it is definitely a men's chorus and not a choir. There is a difference, and essentially the difference is a chorus is a bit more of a professional group. So yeah, there's that. Alright. What I had said last time was I ended up being a baritone after I asked the director to put me in as a baritone. He originally voiced me as a tenor. And so this was freshman year. Three up, yeah. We really got right into the thick of it. When it comes to singing, it was like, okay, we're learning parts, we're voicing and all that stuff. Stuff I was never really used to. I mean, in high school I was in choir and always had a lot of fun with it, but we never really got into like really voicing a group. Like, what I'm talking about is essentially everybody in a vocal range sits there and will start to sing, and the director or whoever is doing it will start to move people around so that their voices blend better together. And it's really, I have no idea how someone can have the ear for that, mainly because I've never been trained for that kind of stuff, but it was amazing the changes that would happen. Like, you could have two really good singers next to each other, but their voices just don't mix. But then you find someone that who is just as much has a really good voice, put that person between them, and his or her voice just kind of pulls all three together, and you get this really a better unified sound. Is very cool how it works. Let me start getting this coal. So yeah, and I was probably early on. I was placed next to a couple guys, or at least in the area of them that I would become pretty good friends with, and we would really honestly be by each other probably all the time. Like, I can't remember a time, except for when they weren't in the chorus, that we weren't next to each other in some fashion. So, alright, let me get some more torches here. Alright, so there's that. Let's see, what can I... Alright, let's skip to some of the more, I guess, interesting stuff about the men's chorus. Men's chorus is, like I said in the last episode, is a actual full-on class. You get a grade for it, which means you have to be able to, improve and show and learn and all that stuff that you do for classes. But in the falls, we would always do at least when I was in the course, we would do what was called fall tour. And it was usually a 3 or 4 day time period where the entire chorus, was it the entire chorus? Yeah, the entire chorus would go on tour. Like, we'd all hop on tour buses, usually 2 of them, and we would be booked to sing. Let's see, most afternoons we would be booked to sing at school assemblies as a way to try to promote Bowling Green State University in general. Like, it's here's one of the things you can do at Bowling Green if you decide to go to school here or there. Um, so there was that, and evenings tended to be. Actually, I can't think of a time where an evening performance wasn't they would be at churches. And usually a part of that would be homestays, where people of the community or the church or the school that was hosting us at the church would take in a couple of the guys, and we would, sleep on their floor, sleep on an extra bed, sleep on a couch, whatever. It was how we were able to do stuff, and how the group was able to tour and save some money, because hotels for 80 guys, even when you get 4 guys to a room, is expensive. And it gets expensive fast. And so we always would meet, some typically very nice people who were very willing to open up their homes to essentially complete strangers. But that would be fall tour. Fall tour was usually, we would stick to the state of Ohio, or from time to time we did go into like Michigan or Indiana. But really, we tried to stick to the most local of areas, because that's who would that's the students that would most commonly come to Bowling Green. And I should have made a pick while I was up there. Then comes spring tour. In the spring, we would do what was called spring tour. And that would be based during our actual spring break. So while everybody else either goes home and works for a week, or goes to Cancun or Daytona Beach or wherever college students want to go when they're on spring break and they can afford to go, we didn't go there. My freshman year, we went to New York City. And this tour has always stuck with me. It was the spring of 2002, so 9/11 had happened 6 months prior. And actually, yeah, I'll get into that. So we were going to New York and also DC during a time in the United States, at least as for my age, when things were pretty hectic. I mean, just, I remember we were at, and we were in DC, and we wanted to get a picture of the entire chorus on the Capitol steps. And so you've got like 80 guys in tuxes, because that's what we performed in, standing on the steps of the Capitol building. And a rent-a-cop on a bicycle, rolled up and said, "You're not allowed to do that. Group shots are limited to 5 people." And this was, it was a high security moment, all that kind of stuff after the 9/11 attacks. And so we're, like, all right, well, let's... What we basically did was say, oh, okay. And as we were being told that we are supposed to get off the steps by, it was the president of the men's chorus, not the director. The director was there, but there was also students who basically were in charge of the politics, and then the director was in charge of the music. The president of the chorus was telling us, hey guys, sorry, we can't get a picture on the Capitol steps, so what we're going to do is I'm going to sit here and explain where we're going to go next and what we're going to do next. And during this time, the person who was taking the photo for us initially took the photo. So we weren't allowed to have our photo taken on the Capitol steps with 80 guys in tuxes because apparently the rent-a-cop thought we were going to, go all James Bond mode, and who knows, because we're wearing tuxes. I say James Bond. Who knows what was going through that guy's mind. But, he was doing his job. That's not a big deal. But it was just funny. So we were told that we can't take our picture there, and while we were being explained on what we need to go and do next, we had our picture taken. And I believe that is 10 minutes. So that is the first part of the New York Spring Tour of 2002. And I will get into the rest of it in the next episode. Thank you for watching. I am Pikerize. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below if you will. Ask me some questions, and if you're not liking these stories, leave it in the comments. I'll try to talk about something else, but it'll probably be at least one more episode after this where I'm talking about it. But thank you once again. Have a great day. Bye.